Hello. It is clay week. Yeah, we're gonna be doing clay. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Cece. I am an illustrator artist based in New York City. I draw cute stuff, but today we are not drawing things, we are making things. I really enjoy making stuff with polymer clay, and I really wanted to do kind of a bigger clay update with this shop update. Just to see if there's interest in my clay stuff. This is not ceramic clay, by the way, this is polymer clay. And yeah, so I want to make a bunch of earrings. I want to take some of those charms and make them into charms, make them into magnets, make them into hairpins, stuff like that, like things that aren't necessarily earrings, because I personally don't. I love making earrings. I don't wear earrings. I have my ears pierced, and I think the holes are closed now. I haven't worn earrings in years. Yeah, so I actually, full disclosure, started filming this yesterday, but I wasn't feeling up for chatting because I hadn't slept well. So I did film a bunch of clay making footage, and now we're gonna make more clay. My goal is to do about 2 days of making clay, like earrings and charms and stuff, and then I want to do 1 day of making little figurines, and then 1 day of sanding and putting everything together. So yeah, hopefully this will be a fun vlog for you. I'm gonna be trying my best to show how I make different clay elements, and talking you through my ideas and my process. Spoiler alert, there is no process. I make clay based on vibes, and I just like making flowers. We'll see. Voiceover Cece will have more things to say, hopefully. But yeah, so to show you what I mean by little charms and stuff, so you'll see this in a minute, but I made these yesterday. For example, they're little moons, inspired by porcelain. So yeah, things like that. So these would be earrings. They would be really good little bobby pins. They'd be good charms for your knitting, or for your planner charms, things like that. And then for figurines, I mean things like this. So I made these last year. This one is a little bee, and this one is not looking at you. This one's a little red panda. Yeah, I have a couple of these. I have 3 currently. That I made last year. I also made a Totoro last year, and I gave it to my little sister. So I want to make at least 1 Totoro, and then maybe a couple cats, another bee or something. I don't want to make too many figurines because I don't know if they'll sell. They're going to be more expensive because they take a long time to make. So yeah, let's get into it. If we want to talk supplies, I use Sculpt Primo clay. Funny story, yesterday, okay, so I ran out of white Sculpt last week, and well, I had only a tiny bit left, which is what I used to make the last of these porcelain things. But at my Michael's, at my craft store, they did not have the brand that I use. So I bought Fimo Professional white clay, and I tried to use it, and it's awful. I hated it. It was powdery. The texture was weird. It didn't get soft the way that Sculpt Primo does. Just get Sculpt, guys. Sculpt, sponsor me. Anyway, Sculpt's not watching this. Anyway, yeah, so I use Sculpt, and then I'll talk you through tools in the filming bit, in the voiceover bit. So yeah, let's make some clay. I hope it's a fun vlog for you. Hello, it is voiceover Cece here. I thought I would talk you through some of my must-have supplies for polymer clay making, and a little bit of my process for these moons that we're working on. So like I said, I use Sculpt Primo clay. I typically buy the primary colors. So I buy cadmium red, cadmium yellow, and ultramarine blue, and white and black, and I mix all of my colors based off of those colors. So a long time ago, as in maybe 2 years ago, I bought a recipe book for colors to mix, just because I figured that would be a more cost-effective way of doing things. So I will link that recipe book down below. I am not going to tell you my recipes because obviously I purchased them from someone, so I would feel like that would be unethical to share those recipes with you. So yeah, go and check those out. You can also find a bunch of free recipes online, which I also recommend doing. I kind of made a cheat sheet, compiling all of the recipes that I found online plus the recipes that I bought. So yeah, that's what I reference now. I just referenced my cheat sheet that I made. It looks very nice, but I can't show it to you guys. So yeah, and then for tools, I recommend getting a ceramic tile. I got a sample tile somewhere online. It was like $1. They're really cheap. And then I use a plethora of dotting tools. I have dotting tools that I originally bought for nail art. I no longer do nail art because it takes too much time. So now I use them for clay. I also have larger dotting tools that I recently bought that are originally for fondant like making. If you're a cake person, and I also have that pink mat that you can see in the background. That is a pink like foam mat that's also for fondant making. They so far have been game changing for clay work. I just started using them and I love them. I also recommend a good X-Acto knife and some kind of thin tool that you can use to pick up your little tiny pieces of clay. I just use I use yarn needles that I bought. I don't like these yarn needles because they're too sharp, and I prick myself a lot on them. So that ends up being really perfect for making clay stuff. You can also get like a needle tool that I have one for ceramic clay, but I didn't buy an extra one for this. So yeah, and then just your standard cutters. You can get some cheap cutters at Michael's. That's what I started off with, or your local craft store. Sorry, that's what I started off with, and then I started buying different cutters off of Etsy because I really like supporting all of the cutter makers on online, the small cutter shops. And then for making things, I really like making florals. So I used to just cut out little circles. Now I have this fun little flower cutting tool. I still do both, but I use these little flower cutting tools and little circles to make little petals. I used to flatten them out with a finger. Now I use my fondant dotting tool. Highly recommend using a dotting tool over your finger because your finger is really warm and it'll warm up the clay too much, and then the clay will start to disintegrate. Yeah, so use the little dotting tool. It works much better. So yeah, so I use that to make little flowers, and then for little leaves, I tend to roll tiny pieces of clay in between my fingers to make kind of like little oblong shapes, little kind of sausagey shapes. And then I use my needle to make an indent for like the center part of the leaves, and I find that tends to look really nice. It looks kind of like chunky and cute. I also have tried rolling little bits of clay and then using the dotting tool to flatten them out for a kind of different look of a leaf, and I think both look really nice. So yeah, I thought I would talk a little bit about my inspiration for these clay pieces. Because Lunar New Year is coming up, I really wanted to make stuff that was kind of reminiscent of Lunar New Year. So I went for kind of two themes. I went for a porcelain theme and a more kind of classic red and gold Lunar New Year theme. I have been really in love with porcelain lately. I started drawing porcelain last year was it last year or the year before, for one of my Patreon rewards, and I completely fell in love with looking at porcelain, and now I use a lot of that inspiration to make my own ceramics, which is really fun. I tend to use a lot of the classic like white and blue porcelain styles, but I do like to branch out once in a while depending on what I am working on. For this, because I'm not actually using porcelain, I'm using polymer clay, I thought I would stick to the classic white and blue, and I think that it's just such a classy combination. It looks so nice. And porcelain china is one of those like things that is really kind of recognizably Asian, I feel like, and was one of those things that non-Asians really coveted, like kings and queens of Europe really coveted porcelain, china, and things like that. I remember going to museums like in Europe and in America, and you just see collections of Chinese porcelain that were donated by Europeans, which I always think is very interesting and funny. Yeah, so I'm gonna let you go back to vlog Cece, and I will be back a little bit later to chat about making little figurines. Okay, so I'm working on these little porcelain style moons. I want to do a full like porcelain themed collection of clay stuff, and I'm out of white clay. It's fine, but I needed to pause to talk to you guys because for some reason this looks like a crab to me. And I've been laughing about it to myself for the past like 2 minutes about how it's a crab. But it'll end up looking this pretty. So, yeah. Also, I got this mat thing and these like larger dotting tools. They're like for making fondant stuff. And they are a game changer for making flowers. Oh my god. Game changing. The flowers are so much easier now. But yeah, I'm gonna get back to work, get these done, and then I'll probably bring you guys back for more time-lapsey footage of the other porcelain stuff. Hello, it is the next day. These are how everything turned out. I really like them actually. I was not sure about the colors of the red ones and the purple ones last night because I don't know if you could tell in the vlog, but my desk is really dark. There's no overhead lighting in this room. So, basically when it's nighttime, I am just making stuff in the dark and hoping that the colors turn out all right. So I wasn't sure if these were gonna look okay, but actually today, now that like the sun is the sun is kind of back out, I can like see the colors more clearly, and I think the butterflies turned out really cute. I really love how I did the porcelain. I'm not super 100% sure about the colors on this one. I kind of wish I had done this. This yellow is supposed to be, it looks kind of orange on here, but it's supposed to be yellow. And I kind of wish instead of mixing like another orange, which you can't really tell it's orange, I had used this one and you mixed a lighter yellow color. But it's fine. It is what it is. Yeah, overall, I'm quite happy with how these turned out. I want to make dragons today and maybe some flowers. Some cats. Let's do dragons and cats today. I think that's a good idea. Yeah, and these are some of the clay things I made last week when I was visiting Marianne. We had a little bit of a clay date, so I guess I can show you. Let me just dump them out. Yeah, so we have a lot of lantern options and fan options. So I think I need to hold off on making more because if they don't sell, I'm gonna be sad. So these are what I made last week. Some more swords. I really like this gray sword. I wasn't sure about this color at first, and then once I added the flowers, I was like, wow, this one's a great color combo. And then I have these moons and some more lanterns. These are a darker red to go with these pink tassels that I bought. I don't know where I put the tassels. You'll see them at some point. To go with the pink tassels that I got. This red is a little darker than I wanted it to be, but it's fine. And then these cats. I think these are going to be magnets. These ones. I think they're really cute though. Yeah, so that's the little collection so far. I want to make more. I think the dragons will obviously be more Lunar New Year vibes. Although I don't know. I think like some spring flower pink and green dragons would be so cute. Also, this hydrangea experiment that I made yesterday. Listen, I know I'm gonna hate myself for saying this, but it's so cute. I want to make more of them. Do I want to make more of them? Look at it. Can you even, hello, is it gonna focus? Please. Hey, there you go. Okay, the big close-up of my palm, but it looks so cute. It was such pain to make. So basically I made a little, I made a little circle of purple, and then I made all the little petals, and then I put all the little petals on the circle, and then I had to make another circle of green, and then I had to put the leaves on, and then I had to cut the leaves so that when I sandwiched them together, it wouldn't be like super bulky. So much work. It's so cute. Help. Don't let me do this. Maybe we'll table this for a different time. But it's cute. Okay. I'm gonna set up. I cleaned up a little bit yesterday, so I'm gonna set up and get ready for some more clay. And yeah. So it's gonna be a little bit of a shorter day today because I'm visiting my friend to do some crafting. We're having a craft night. I'm very excited. So it's gonna be a shorter day. Yeah, and also, if you are also making clay stuff, take breaks. Don't forget to drink your water. Take lots of breaks. I am historically not good at taking breaks, but yesterday, every time I could feel my neck and my back hurting, I went to lie down for a little bit and I went for a walk. So it actually helped a lot. I don't have any pain today, so take breaks. And don't forget to drink your water. I'm really bad at remembering to drink water when I'm like deep in the clay thing. So every time I like resurface, I like chug an entire glass of water, which is not how you're supposed to be hydrating, but it's fine. So yeah, all right, I'm gonna get set up now. This is not a satisfying peel. Actually, this is such a cool texture. Good job. $100. $100. $100 million. I like that the vlog footage is just me yelling numbers at you. Ew, why does this leaf look so ugly? A little check-in. It is almost 2. No, it's not. It's 1:30. It's a little past 1:30. And I have been going for about since 9:30. So I've been going for a couple hours. I am starting to feel some pain in my neck. So I am going to take my lunch break now. These are what I have made. So the red ones are very Lunar New Year coated. And then I really love the porcelain ones that I made yesterday. So I made more of those for the dragons and the cats. So I think, and I also made some studs. I made some little studs. So I think after I eat lunch, I'm gonna work on trying to make some big florals. I've never made them before, so we can do that together. And then I'll bake them, and then probably try to not overdo it for my body. But yeah, that's my little check-in update. I'm quite happy with how everything is turning out. The dragons are such a pain to cut. Big recommend using a ton of cornstarch, more than you think you need. And a good X-Acto knife. My X-Acto knife is old and not that good, but it's fine. She's doing her best. It's really dark in here, but these are the little floral earrings that I came up with. I tried making big florals with these big cutters that I have. I think they were like gifted to me because I ordered so many cutters at one point, but I don't like them. I couldn't figure out how to make big florals, so I gave up. And I made some tiny little roses instead. I'm gonna paint the little centers of the smaller flowers gold. I think that'd be really pretty. And then I want to make little stud versions of these, and then I think I'm gonna call it a day. But I'm not gonna film anymore today because my camera is dead. You are running on fumes, so I am gonna just go ahead and make the studs. They're gonna be the same process for the studs as they were for these, and then I'll see y'all tomorrow when we are working on some figurines. Hello again. It is voiceover Cece again. I hope this vlog has been treating you well. I hope you didn't miss me too much. Hi. So we are going to be working on making some little Totoro figurines in this clip. So you can see on the left side I have planned out a couple of different bases. Basically, I just use a big circle cutter and I cut out a bunch of circles to use as bases for my little figurines. I find that having a little base kind of helps me figure out the size of everything that I want to make and kind of the layout. So yeah, and now we're making little Totoros. I started off by kind of rolling out little pieces of, or little balls of gray clay for the little body. I did weigh these. I measured them out to make sure that they would all be kind of the same size. And then to make the little ears, I made tiny little cones and I attached them to the gray balls. Basically, I made a little indentation with a dotting tool to help me place where I wanted the ears to go, and then I used my needle tool to kind of help blend the ears into the body. I find that that helps create like the most seamless look. Depending on what you're making, sometimes you can't blend it. Like when I was making the little red pandas, I couldn't blend the ears into the body because obviously the ears are white and the body is red for a red panda. So it looks a little silly. So I think it looks fine either way. Whether or not you blend it, it just depends on what kind of look you're going for. Yeah, so I started with making the little ears and then adding the little tails. And then I made the little leaves. So the little leaves are little kind of chunks of green clay that I flattened out into a leaf shape. This is different from making leaves for my little earrings and stuff because these are obviously much chunkier leaves. I go for kind of a fat, chunky, tasty looking leaf. I don't know if that makes sense, but I want them to be kind of thick and cute. So I flatten them out with my finger to kind of not make them too flat, if that makes sense, because your finger has kind of less pressure than a dotting tool might have. And then I use a needle to add the little veins of the leaf and to indent the top of the leaf to make it a little heart shape, kind of reminiscent of the leaves in the Totoro movie. I think those leaves are so cute. So yeah, I add the little leaves onto the heads, and then I use my circle cutter to cut out the white tummies. This takes a lot of trial and error, to be honest. I cut out a lot of the trialing, but I use my circle cutters to check what size I want it to be, and then once I have them cut the right size, I kind of have to smush them into the little gray body so that it doesn't look too separated, if that makes sense. And then for the little faces, I use my dotting tools to make little indentations for where I want the face to go. I find that that helps me kind of map out like where the nose is going to be and to space everything out correctly. because otherwise if I just wing it, sometimes the eyes are too close together, sometimes the nose is like off to one side, you know. So I use a little dotting tool to make a little indentations, and then I fill them in with darker gray clay. And the whiskers are an absolute pain. I use an X-Acto knife to place them exactly where I want them to be. And then the little markings on Totoro's tummy, again, I roll out a tiny bit of gray clay, and then I painstakingly, using all of the dotting tools that I have, place them onto the tummy where I want them to be, and kind of bend them into the little arrow shape that they're supposed to have. And yeah, that's how I make little Totoros. I think they look so cute. All right, hello. It is Friday. I did a really bad job filming yesterday. I am so sorry. I gotta admit, I just kind of got like too into it when I was making them. Also, my nail chipped, so please ignore the fact that my index finger looks disgusting. But yeah, I wanted to show you what I made. I made a bunch of these Totoros. So we've got 4 Totoros, which I think looks so cute. I think this one's my favorite. Yeah, I think this one's my favorite. Yeah, I think they turned out really cute. I tried to kind of make what I made last year when I made my first Totoro little figurine that I gave to my sister, but I decided I didn't like the Sit Sprite, so I gave up on the Sit Sprite. But yeah, see, he's pretty cute. It's too dark, hold on. Okay, I turned on a couple lights, so hopefully it'll focus better now. Everything looks really yellow now. Oh, I love that. That's great. Yeah, I think they turned out really cute. And then I wanted to make some dragons, because it is the year of the dragon. So this is the first dragon I tried to make. I decided I didn't like the white, and so I tried to use soft pastel. I got these really cheap soft pastels from Michael's, and I tried to like color, kind of do a little like gradient thing. But I just need more practice with the soft pastel. I didn't really know how to do it properly, so I decided to scrap this one. Marianne wanted it, which is why I still baked it, but I didn't give it a little base. And then I tried making this one. Yes, this one is a little white and purple dragon. I think this one turned out really cute, and he's got a little flower. These ones were quite different to make compared to the Totoro. So the Totoros basically are just little circles and little cones that are mushed together to make it into Totoro, you know? This one I kind of actually had to shape the head to make it like dragon shaped with a little snout. And then making the tail was like a long cone that I twisted into like a curved shape, and then I had to cut part of the top off to join it with the head. Yeah, I think it turned out pretty cute. And then I made this one, which is like a pink and green dragon. I don't know if I like this one as much. I don't think I like the color combo. I think the white looks really good. But yeah, he's got a little rose, and I think that's quite cute. Oh my god, please. There you go. I think it's quite cute. Yeah, so I made 2 dragons, and then I really wanted to make another bee, so I tried out my hydrangea technique again, and I made like a big hydrangea with a fat bee perched on top of the hydrangea. Yeah, I think it turned out so cute. I really like this one. I kind of don't want to sell it. It's so cute. Yeah, so we've got this bee, and we've got the original bee, which is here. Also a fat bee. I have really leveled up my flower making. As you can see, I think that my flowers look so much better now. So yeah, these figurines will be on sale in the shop with the rest of the shop update. I am still figuring out pricing. I think that they're gonna be probably around $40 to $50. I don't know if that's too much, but like the bee was a lot of work, so maybe the bee will be more expensive. And like the dragon is maybe 40, 35. I don't know. I think they're quite cute. So yeah, I have to figure out pricing. So go check out the website to see what the pricing for that is. Today is going to be sanding day. As you can see, I have a whole box of earrings and little, you know, charms that I need to sand and drill holes into and assemble. So that's what I'm going to do today. I also need to pack some orders. So yeah, I will probably film a little bit of the sanding. I just use this little like tiny drill that I got off of Amazon, some cheapo drill, and I don't wear a mask because I live life on the edge. And also, you should wear a mask. If you're doing this, it's not safe. It's lots of microplastics, but like, you know, whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna be sanding them, drilling them, and then assembling them. So yeah, it'll be kind of a chill, quiet morning, and then pack some orders, go drop them off at the post office. Then I'm going to ceramics again later. Hello. It is the end of this video. I am currently editing it. That's why I am not made up or anything. But yeah, I just wanted to quickly make a little outro for you guys. Yeah, I'm gonna quickly show a big here's everything I made compilation, so you can see all of the earrings and the figurines and the charms that we made. I did run out of earring findings, which is kind of funny. While I was putting the earrings together, I did not think to check how many earring findings I had. So I ran out of earring findings, so a lot of the originally was planned to be earrings things ended up becoming charms, and I think that's fine. I think it turned out really cute. So there's a good selection of charms and a good selection of earrings and the figurines, of course. Please go check out the shop update. I worked really hard on it. There are 4 new sticker sheets, there are new prints, 2, 3, 4, 5 new prints. There are a couple new prints and some restocks of some of my older prints from last shop update. And there are 2 new bookmarks that I think turned out really cute. There are new stickers, like single stickers. So yeah, please go check out the shop update. I worked really hard on it. It is the first shop update of the year, and I hope it goes well because I feel like it's gonna set the tone for the year. You know, so yeah. Thank you again so much for watching. I hope this vlog was interesting. I tried to talk you through more of my process and how I make stuff with the clay. So let me know if it's interesting. Let me know if the video was too long. I feel like the video is a little too long, but I tried my best. I cut out a lot of footage. I had like 5 hours of footage to cut down. So yeah. Yeah. So that's all I have to say. Thank you again. And thank you for being part of my cozy little space on the internet. I will see you again in 2 weeks. We're gonna have a kind of packing vlog plus voiceover talking about all of the money that I spent on the shop update and all of the time I spent on the shop update, because I thought it might be an interesting thing to chat about. So yeah, I will see you in 2 weeks. All right, bye friends.